Trier was founded by the Romans in 17 BC under the name Augusta Treverorum. The Constantine Basilica was built about 300 years later. The amphitheater, which was built in the 1st century AD, also bears testimony to that era. At the time, the people of Trier enjoyed the 2 largest Roman baths outside Rome itself. One of those complexes was the Kaiserthermen, the imperial baths. Back then, the indigenous Celtic population willingly adopted Roman customs. Archaeologists such as Klaus-Peter Goethert have researched that period.
People wore Roman dress, adopted their methods of making crockery, copied latest architectural styles, sometimes with a slight delay, depending on their financial means. They took on interior decorations, frescoes, mosaics, and even their table manners. But at home they seem to have continued to speak Celtic, though the official language was Latin.
The Porta Nigra is the largest remaining Roman gate north of the Alps. It was listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1986, along with the city's other Roman buildings. Porta Nigra means Black Gate, a name given in the Middle Ages because the gate's sandstone, exposed to the elements, had turned dark. You can have a nearly authentic Roman in a centurion's uniform tell you all about the Black Gate, which was built 1,800 years ago.
This aggregation of Roman buildings, monuments to Roman civilization here in Trier, is a dream for archaeologists. There's nothing to compete with it this side of the Alps. Their density and good state of preservation, not to mention the way in which they're presented to non-specialists and tourists, is unique.
The Church of Our Lady, not built until the Middle Ages, and the Trier Cathedral are also World Heritage Sites. The central part of today's cathedral dates from 340 AD. The city's rich architectural heritage attracts some 3 to 4 million visitors a year.
We saw the gate and then we sort of headed down the street to the market, and now we were reading about the church.
It's fantastic. It's amazing. Yeah, I mean, in some ways, like the Porta Nigra, Rome in some places is more of a ruin than that is.
We're just surprised that there's a winery with wine tasting at every other corner. We think that's amazing. I must say, we've tasted some delicious Riesling wines here.
That's one reason we're cycling along the Moselle and hope we'll get plenty to drink.
From Trier, it's not far to the romantic Moselle Valley with its vineyards, castles, and picturesque wine-growing villages, such as Kochum. Wine growing is also a Roman legacy. Riesling grapes grow especially well in this region, but it also produces light red varieties such as Pinot Noir, called Spätburgunder in Germany.
What's decisive with wine is the soil. It influences the wine's character. Nowadays, people use the word terroir. The climate and the typical slate soil that predominates here give the wines their distinctive flavour. And there are hundreds, thousands of variations in the composition of the slate.
If you want, you can enjoy the local wine on a replica of an ancient Roman boat. The Stella Noviomagi, the Star of Neumagen, welcomes guests on board from April to October. Romans, Riesling, and Romance combine to make the perfect ending to a day touring the Moselle Valley.